Hey guys, Artosis here, bringing you some more of the MoonLight Proleague. In this particular match, it is the team of ZeLoT, Scan, and BarrackS going up against the team of Sacsri, Shine, and Ruin. We already had game number 1 where ZeLoT was able to take down Shine, had a pretty massive build order advantage, and just kind of held on to that. Although it did turn into actually a very interesting game. Now we are going into game number 2. And this one is going to be Scan against Ruin, a matchup that we end up seeing a lot around here. Two of the best up-and-coming players for their races. The map is actually Allegro, which is going to be fun because this is going to be my first cast on it. This is an alternate version, basically, of Largo, which is a very popular ladder map at the moment. Yeah, I can't wait to kind of get into it. I believe this was actually the original version, and then it got switched to Largo, but now they're actually playing Allegro more, so I'm not sure. I should probably check on what the Koreans are thinking as far as what's the better map. But yeah, this has been getting some more play recently. So, anyways, here we go. It's game number 2. And yeah, I think that the match between these two is pretty even overall, maybe slightly Ruin favored. But we shall see about that. I think that, well, I know Largo is not too bad for Terran versus Protoss, so I'm wondering if Allegro is going to be much different. One thing to mention, guys, please do make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification button. Hope you're enjoying these casts. I do have some really fun, cool, different stuff coming up. Going to be doing some casts of some foreign pro gamers coming up here as well. So definitely keep tuned in for that. All right. So, Scan gonna actually get the first scout off here onto Ruin, and he is not getting his gas. So, it looks like this is gonna straight up be a gasless expansion. And yeah, Ruin not scouting him first means that it will not be even close to punish. So, this is actually a very nice opening for Scan, I would say. Now, with the speed with which this SCV scouted, the probe should end up going cross-map. To find Scan right away. This is way too fast a scout to have come from top right. Terran players basically always scout on 13 supply or 12 supply, right? So either of those, and they never cross scout. But it looks like he's not actually changing where that probe is going. I actually find that kind of weird that he's not doing that. Rune's a good player, so I feel like he should be able to read that correctly and just make a beeline down to here. Anyways, Scan getting that command center. And look how greedy he can be here. Like, there was no ZeLoT mate or anything. There's no probe at his base. There's a Dragoon on the way. This looks like a pretty reasonable advantage for Scan right now. Like, look, he hasn't even had to start a bunker yet. Like, he will pretty soon, but if the SCV can get the Dragoon to chase him, he doesn't even need to make the bunker for a long time. Looks like he's just going to go ahead and make it anyways. I guess he does have that extra amount of minerals right now, and as the probe comes in, he realizes what is up and can't be too happy about that. Obviously, Ruin right now, not in a great spot. Okay, he throws down a Citadel. He gets rid of his range upgrade. So, this is risky to say the least, right? Like, he's got almost nothing. He's got a single Dragoon. Obviously, he can't be attacked, but the Dragoon must prevent an SCV from scouting. The Nexus is coming up reasonably quickly, and obviously it's going to be a quick DT. So, if Scan has detection, which he should end up getting, that's going to be pretty damn big for him. Okay, the second... Oh my god. Okay, well, he's just going to get the full scout here then. Oh, this is beyond brutal. Oh my god. Okay. Well, I don't know. Like, this is such an advantage for Scan at this point. Look, he's getting the engineering bay. He'll just throw a single turret down. He's going to be completely safe. We'll see what Ruin ends up doing with this, but it's bad. Okay, he gets the robo facility, so I guess we can go into a DT drop. But the thing is, what you do is you throw down a turret, and then a little bit later you put 2 turrets in your main base, and you're basically 100% safe and nothing can hurt you. Second factory gets started. Another Marine going for that bunker. You always do want to have 4 Marines in your bunker against DT rushes. You want that little bit of extra damage output to kill those DTs so they have a harder time trying to run by or anything like that. The single DT is being made. Still has his goons, one out in front here and one on the ramp still. Range just now starting back up. And yeah, I mean, now we get to see in which way Ruin wants to be greedy, because take a look at this, right? 33 workers to 25. That's a gigantic difference in the Terran favor, like really, truly a big difference. So this is rough. This probe out here, I'm not exactly sure what it's doing. Is he actually going to take this base? That would be kind of crazy. Or maybe he just wants to throw a pylon down. For scouting purposes, in case something tries to fly by like a drop ship. Now the Academy is being made by Scan. Second factory with the add-on. Third factory going up. Notice he has skipped the armory as of right now. It looks like Scan wants to put some pressure on with a push. I'm actually quite interested. Also, he does have these SCVs kind of blocking, so DTs are going to have a hard time running by. There are all-ins where you make like 5 DTs and just try to run up, snag the turret or run past it, whatever. Okay, shuttle coming up. Just 2 gateways. And the Reaver tech. So I guess we're going to get into speed shuttle play with probably high Templar drops as well as Reavers. That's definitely what it looks like right now. Pylon goes down here, but I think, again, this is just to scout incoming drops. And here goes the DT drop. He has 2 scanners. Well, the problem is there's no true anti-air. So basically what he's going to have to do is scan to force the DT up, and then build turrets. But scans don't last quite as long as it takes to build a turret either. So that's a little bit of an issue. Okay, so Ruin's DT drop is actually doing all right. It looks like he's just going to go, though. And there's, like, no units on the map. Look at this. 4 Dragoons, 5 Dragoons total. That's the army, right? There's a DT and 5 Dragoons. And the DT is not even there. He's going out with 6 Marines and 4 siege tanks. Scan should be able to roll through this. Like, this may be a very fast game here. Couple slow zealots come out. He does finish that wall for the most part, so siege tanks are going to have a hard time getting through. Now, here come up the Dragoons from the other side. No. I mean, I guess he'll snipe 2 of them. Yeah, but he is going to... Oh, that's a big mine hit right there as well. And then the 5 Dragoons. Okay, well, the 5 Dragoons end up killing very much of that push. So I guess impressively done there from Ruin. All right, we do have that first Reaver. If he can get a big Scarab, that is going to be, like, really, really important. Let's see what that Scarab can do. That should be a little bit surprising to Scan, that there is a Reaver out that quickly after the DT push. And to be honest, that was a really good hold. Look at this. The worker count is really, really close now. And we have a lot of tech for Ruin. We do not have a big army, though. And look, Scan immediately counter-stabbing here with those vultures. The Reaver has to come back. Oh my god. 4 vultures with that Scarab. Just brutal. Scan has to back up immediately. Does get home with that single siege tank. And let's see where we are at. So we do have the armory just now starting +1. So very slow as far as the upgrades go. 3 factory production. Doesn't have a lot of tanks right now. Still has some vultures on the map. Whereas looking at Ruin, yeah, he's focusing really heavily on speed shuttles and like harassment type things, right? He's getting Size Storm. He's making a couple more Zealots to put into the shuttle and making that 3rd Nexus. So this is going to be like kind of slow thirds on both sides, no doubt. 3rd base should get started here for Scan, I think, right about now. But yeah, lots of attempts to hurt their opponents. Okay, here comes the command center, the 3rd base here for Scan. Charon boosters on the way to help deal with those speed shuttles. Can be a little bit difficult dealing with the speed shuttles with Goliaths, because you have to target. As soon as anything comes out, the Goliaths start to shoot at whatever came out, so it's a little bit attention intensive here for Scan. But he also has turrets, so that's going to help a lot. All right, Wraith on the way. I actually quite like that. That's nice. That's going to add just an extra level of anti-air. And here we go. Gonna try to come out here. Oh, the vultures come in from behind. Sounds like they did get a couple kills there. And look at that. Nice micro from Ruin. Look at that. Oh, good scarabs getting off. A nice pullback from Scan does minimize that damage. But the Reavers really slowing him down, which is their job right now. 7 kills on this one, none on that one. All right, Scan just kind of sieging up, getting ready to take this third base location. As you can see, it looks very similar to Largo. But instead of like the giant ramps here, there is a bit more open low ground. And in fact, look at how short this push distance is to the third base. This part is very, very different. That's kind of interesting. I think that Scan is going to be able to utilize that very well. Or Ruin. I mean, if he gets ahead army-wise, it's going to be fantastic. Now the Wraith with a beautiful moving shot here. Going to be able to pick off that shuttle. So the Reaver's going to start crawling away. The Dragoons come up to help out. They know that the Wraith could kill him. And Scan knows he's not going to let that happen. So may as well just pull the Wraith back rather than, you know, shoot a Reaver 5 times, then have to pull it back. Too much attention there. Second armory on the way. Adding some more factories. Let's take a look at Ruin's base. Up to 6 gates right now. Starting to get some anti-drop with cannons. Yeah, cannon here as well. Another pylon. Looks like fourth base is getting started as well. A little bit of harassment of the vultures, but honestly did not do all that well. Oh my god, 4 High Templars in this shuttle. So Ruin has some serious punch right now. We can see also he's getting a lot of upgrades here. The Observer Speed, Kadaran Amulet, so the High Templars start with more energy and can hold more storms. Huge spread of siege tanks here, though. And look at that, adding those turrets in as well. I think as long as Scan takes this kind of slow, he's still in good shape, though, right? This fourth base is kind of late. They both have the same worker count. So it's not like Ruin's economy is running away. He's getting his second armory now. We just see a Dragoon stuck over here. That's kind of funny. Whereas Scan has started 2-1 upgrades. Let's take a look exactly how far along those are. Yeah, just started on that. All right, the Vulture's trying to get out and get some intel. I like the little set of mines here, kind of giving him a little bit of vision. Any mines you have on the map give you a bit of peace of mind and tell you places the army is not, so that's always very, very useful. Or, of course, they run into it. Tells you where the army is. Vulture's running by a few Dragoons here. Looks like he is clearing some of those mines. Oh, just misses those probes. A good move by Scan. Kind of a nice timing, but doesn't quite hit it. All right, multiple High Templars here. Gonna go ahead and storm on Scan's Vultures. A little bit more harassment going down. Meanwhile, Ruin just kind of patrolling the edges of this Terran base. And yeah, the fourth command center. This is actually what I was just about to kind of pose the question of, right? Like, are we just going to see a fourth base? Because that's going to be the most common thing here. You don't really have any sort of push timing against Storm. This is something I've talked about a lot in various videos I've made on my stream, on casts as well. You can't really attack against this type of style, but if you set up nicely, they have a very hard time killing you with it. Like, because you can just kind of pre-spread and everything. Okay, he's going to pick off those Reavers, only taking a couple Scarab hits, so pretty good. Now, here comes in the Psy Storm drops. Let's see. Oh my god, that Storm, amazing. Another great Storm as well. You can see he is clumped up a little bit, but he needed some more Storms here. A lot of very, very, very red Siege Shanks. All right, turret going down, kind of pushing slowly but surely up to take this as his fourth base location. Fifth base in the top left here for Ruin. I love the fact that he's not overusing his army. He's just kind of hitting the edges and getting that fifth security. You really need a fifth in another main base in PvT nowadays. All right, once again, Ruin running forward here. And actually pretty good for Scan, honestly. The Storms don't do what he was looking for, I think. He doesn't really get the Zealots to do very much there either. So I think this was actually a fantastic trade for Scan. Taking a look at the supply, yeah, you can see that reflected in that supply. Scan actually up as far as the army supply goes. All right, we do have Arbiter Tech on the way. Very nice to see out of Ruin. I gotta tell you, I really think Ruin is one of the guys who's really gonna be leading the edge of Protoss in a couple years, right? Like, I love the timing of this Arbiter Tech. The way that he has tried to not take full engagements, tried to whittle things down while getting his fifth base up. and now getting into Arbiter Tech. A lot of pros you'll see actually skip out on Arbiter Tech for a very long time, but honestly, you can kind of get it. And I think that that's going to be key if he wants to win this game. Like I talked about before, right? It's actually really hard to kill Terran with these Psystorm builds. It's like Terran has to kind of kill himself from running into your storms, but if they kind of stay a little bit turtled, yeah, it's harder to break, whereas the Arbiter is kind of a specialist in that regard, right? You can force recalls, and they basically scale very, very well. All right, the Vulture's going towards this top left. I don't think he really has enough. Ooh, good mind drag. He doesn't really have enough to deal with these cannons, even if he had not lost those, but you can still harass a base that has a lot of cannons. Looks like he's just going to run them up here now. Obviously, they are going to get cleared up by these Dragoons, but nice to pull his attention over while we get this fourth base set up on the right-hand side. Scan continuing to lead as far as the army supply goes. Doesn't look like we're going to have any more shuttles produced. The gateway count is pretty reasonable, adding 3 up here as well. I'd actually like to see a few more gates up here, but I know his economy is not super big yet. All right, ZeLoTs, Dragoons, and the shuttle running over. He's actually... Okay, so we have 1 High Templar in there. That's not that much. I wonder where his other High Templars are. Not entirely sure. You see Scan continuing to push forward here. Oh, he does pick off that, very nicely picks off that shuttle. And the Storms do get a little bit of revenge upon the Goliaths. Let's take a look. Oh, okay, we have a lot more High Templars here at home. Yeah, 3 loaded up here. We have 3 more here, so there's 6 more Templars. We have recall on the way. Stasis is already researched for this Arbiter. 2-1 upgrades. Fantastic. 3-2 on the way. Yeah, he's doing a great job with those upgrades, even though they got started a little bit late this game. It's kind of a funny game, right? Like, we're getting pretty late into it, but this opened up with a failed DT opener. So, anyways, Scan moving forward as he is maxed out. Let's see if this can be held by Ruin. Definitely the army is better for Scan, but we do have those Psy Storms, which can change the math oh so quickly. Great storms go down on these Vultures. Oh, but the mines, the splash damage, just eradicating the ZeLoTs, and now he instantly gets over to this third base, and this is what I was kind of talking about earlier on, right? From here to here is not far at all. Very easy for him to move over into that area, but looks like Ruin wants to go for a counterattack. No, too many tanks left over here. More ZeLoTs rallying out, but this is looking better and better for Scan right now. Not sure if the Arbiters are going to be enough to bring this back. Let's see. Like, he'll probably just stasis them. Yeah, that's a great stasis. Now, ZeLoT's getting on top. Oh, huge Psystorm on those siege tanks. Look at that. Another beautiful Psystorm. There you go. Stacking those up to kill the tanks. And suddenly, this massive army that Scan had, I am getting chills watching this because it is getting erased. Fantastically done here from Ruin. Continuing to throw down those storms, but Scan's base is very close by. He is rallying up with these Vultures. Let's see if Ruin can finish this off. Oh god, he just casted like 4 storms at once there. Definitely a little bit of a misclick. A Goliath is out to help push these Arbiters back as well. This stasis is not going to last forever. When that goes up, these Arbiters are going to be very hard to deal with. Yeah. All right, those are 2 high energy vessels right now. This is looking fantastic for Scan in this position. We don't have that many gates up here to kind of do flanks with, so most of the production will be out of that main base, which means you have to come through this little funnel, and I don't see that really happening. I think the Arbiters need to make some magic, but we aren't really close to recall energy, so looks like Ruin going to continue to try to hold everything back with this small group of units. Nice EMP goes down, and GG is called. Scan wins game 2.